I know it's I've been doing one or two things, so I'm just coming. I've just got this news and I'm surprised. You see the upload the thing spectacularly. Um, it turns out Obasa has been re-elected. Now we don't know uh what was agreed or arrived at. We don't know how they arrived at this. We don't know what deal was done. We're not privy to any of those things. We don't know. Saying greetings and good evening. This is going to be a broadcast that is going to be slightly different. It is not going to be the usual. We're not talking about Burkina Faso or Africa at the minute. We are doing this specifically about ECO, the local government authority, local government the State House of Assembly, the ECO State House of Assembly, Lagos they call it, but I call it ECO because that's the name we should call it. We shouldn't be calling it Lagos. It's we need to really take back what is ours. Anyway, I'm gonna talk some more about it and I'll do a proper video about it. But I wanted to comment. Firstly, we understand that Obasa, the former speaker at the time, was he was deselected as a speaker for um, the Eco House of Assembly. Greetings and welcome. Greetings. You can see the write up. We're talking about Obasa and the Lagos State House of Assembly, or I call it Eco House of Assembly. Eco, Ìpínlẹ̀ Eco House of Assembly, as you call it, and we are concerned at the manner in which it was hurriedly brought back. Nothing was. They got Mojusala Miranda to resign without either of her free will or it was all part of the deal. She was elected initially immediately that um, Obasa was impeached. He she was the speaker for the Equal House of Assembly, and suddenly now she resigns as a speaker, and immediately Modashiru Obasa is reinstated. Something is not clear. The people have the right to know what's going on. And secondly, the fact that he stormed the State House of Assembly, the fact that Obasa stormed the State House of Assembly is an offense. It is an offense. He has actually done something against, you know, brought that house into disrepute by his actions, by storming there with military, with armed accomplices, and that is being overlooked. The danger, the danger with what has been done now by reinstating Obasa and not addressing the serious concerns about the fact that he has actually, you know, broken the rules and now is reinstated. John Skipping, hi, John Skipping. We're talking about Lagos State of Assembly issue here today, so it might be slightly more localized. It's going to be about the Lagos State of Assembly. If you look at the write-up, you will see what is there. The Deputy Speaker, it seems that there's been a deal done, a backroom deal done, and this is the people. The people have been kept in the dark. Number one, there should be a clear sign of prosecution of a prosecution of a wrong, you know, and that is so wrong that Obasa has been reinstated without facing the courts or being charged for bringing armed accomplices to storm the State House of Assembly. That is an offense. That is an offense. Now, if he is reinstated just like that, without having to face the consequences of such an action, what does that say about the democracy in the so-called democracy? Hi there, Percy Pelican. The offense is that he went into the State House of Assembly in Lagos with armed men to forcibly reinstate himself as the speaker. And the other members stepped away because they didn't want to face any um, attacks. And that is actually going disrespecting the office that he is now back in. That is the country. This is in Nigeria, I'm afraid, John Skipping. So that's why I'm saying to you, this is really this is more localized. And Nigeria, as we know, they're supposed to be the most populous nation in Africa, and we're supposed to be we supposedly are supposed to be the beacon of democracy. And what we are saying is that it is time that um, those who are in office, the politicians, have one law for themselves and another for other people, and that is simply not on. That is simply not acceptable. That is the problem that we do not accept at all. It is really unacceptable. We think this is why we don't have the people cannot have confidence in such a process where the very person glaringly breaking the rules of the constitution and the state of assembly, glaringly breaking it, is walking away and not facing consequences for their actions. That is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Somebody's just moving on there, so I'm sort of giving them time to move on. Anyway, so the point I'm making here is this: the Lagos State House of Assembly, they are showing us, and they are showing the people that they're meant to be served, utter disregard and contempt for their constituents, who are, after all, the sovereigns. They have not provided an adequate explanation for a sudden turn of events where the man that they initially impeached, Obasa, has now been reinstated with no explanation given. And also, what is worse is that Obasa went into, there's videos which we showed. He went into that hallowed chamber, storming it with armed accomplices to retake and state that he is the speaker, that nothing is going to happen. He is the speaker. Nothing is going to happen. That is, it is terrible. Karalas Loanis, thank you very much. Greetings. So the this idea, for me, it is this bears out the reason why in Africa we should not really be we shouldn't be looking at the process of democracy as our process, because it's a corrupt process. It's a corrupt system. Greetings and thanks for the thumbs up as you're coming in. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. It's a corrupt process. What happened, what has happened in the State House of Assembly now in Lagos State, in Eko, Lagos State, shows us that the people who are meant to be serving the citizens, they are serving themselves, because this man was prepared to do whatever it took to stay in power in Lagos. And even if we don't know what deals they entered in the back room, that all of the members that were against them just a few days ago, that we thought were standing up for democracy, have now all fall in line behind the same man that broke the rules, that used armed accomplices to storm the Lagos in brackets, Lagos State House of Assembly. I mean, that is the definition of impunity right there. That is the definition of impunity right there. Now, when you have impunity built into a system, what that means is that those who are in power, they will back themselves in all. John Skipping, his name is Obasa, Mudashiru Obasa in Lagos, and he was the former, at the time, he was the Lagos State, he was a speaker for the Lagos State House of Assembly. That's his name. Now the offense is storming the Eko Lagos State, in brackets Lagos State of Assembly, with armed accomplices. Thank you very much, John Skipping. Yes, with armed accomplices to retake the office. Now, like I said, there's video evidence of him doing this. So it's not just hearsay. And if the people are not given adequate explanation, it shows a lack of regard for the citizens that they're meant to be serving, number one. Number two, if Mudashiru Obasa is not charged for the offense of storming the chambers, the Lagos State House of Assembly, what does that signify? It signifies impunity. It signifies that if you are in power, you are above the law. If you are in power, that's what it means. It means that you are above the law. And that is a terrible precedent to put in place. And all of this, again, I know people will not understand this a little bit, but I'm going to talk about this a bit more in a wider sense. The state of impunity in Lagos is not only stemming from Lagos alone. The state of impunity in Nigeria goes all the way back to the days of the military era, when Ibrahim Babangida in 1985, I believe, when he took control of he took over power from the former military man Buhari, Muhammad Buhari. He took over control of the government. He carried out the coup. Now, he said initially that he was trying to prepare ground for civilian rule. From 1995 to 1993, for 8 years, the man was in control of Nigeria. So it was a route, and he's the same man that took us into Sharia law. He made Nigeria to become member of the Organization of Islamic Countries, OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, I think, yeah. But in a sense, he took us into Nigeria and he took us into Islam, and without our say so, the effects of what he did, he unalived many people were killed on the auspices of this Ibrahim Babangida. And the man who won the elections, MKO Abiola, his life was taken. Ibrahim Babangida never suffered any consequences. He never went to jail. So there is clearly a precedence that has been set by the so-called people that were trying to create democracy. The roots, the foundations of what you call Nigeria as the fourth republic now in Nigeria. Those foundations were faulty foundations built on impunity, corruption, absolute power. Until today, Nigeria cannot be said to be a democracy. A democracy that we can actually say, yes, that's an example of a great democracy. It can't be said about Nigeria. It can't, because what has been happening is that because of the low bar, the impunity that Ibrahim Babangida enjoyed, all subsequent presidents of Nigeria and politicians, they now carry on with that persona and that basis, knowing that they can do whatever they want as long as they're in power and nothing will happen to them. All the way back from 1986, this faulty foundation, this shaky foundation has been in place, and it has been aiding and allowing the corrupt politicians to continue to oppress and exploit their own people. And that is where it has led us to now, where a politician, a State House of Assembly member, will storm the State House of Assembly demanding that he be reinstated. And then they will go and do some back deals. We don't know how much money changed, and we don't know what agreement was reached behind the scenes. No proper explanation has been given to the citizens of Eko as to why he stormed those offices. No, the system has turned the other way and not charged him for that offense. All of this is showing you a cascade of uninterrupted wanton impunity to those who are in power. And I felt strongly enough to talk about this, that it is not acceptable. We must speak up about it. And in fact, I'm going to go further. The fact that the most populous nation, Nigeria, is under this kind of false illusion of democracy is clear evidence that democracy is not part of who we are as Africans on the African continent. Democracy is an imposition. It creates an illusion of rule of law and order, whereas the actuality of it is the opposite of what is trying to portray. In reality, the so-called democracy is about impunity, oppression, corruption, suppression, exploitation, and prevention of the development of the people, as well as critically preventing the people that they're serving from holding them accountable. I'm going to go and come back and do a live broadcast, and you will see the video. I'm going to play the video of Miranda. I'll play the video of Mudashiru Obasa. So Miranda, her name is Mojisola Miranda. She was initially elected the speaker just like about a week ago after they impeached Mudashiru Obasa. But now, just a few days after he stormed the chambers, we don't know what deal was done. All of them were in the same room, and they all voted for her to step down and for him to now be re-elected as the speaker. And he has not given a clear explanation. He said, no, I will not talk about it now. We will talk about it. Now is not the time for talking. I want to thank everybody. That is not right. This is why we are saying this thing called democracy, as far as Africa is concerned, is nothing. We should have nothing to do with it. We should have nothing to do with the we should have nothing to do with it at all. At all. We should have nothing to do with the so-called democracy. Nothing. It should be nothing to do with us whatsoever. Because the fact that those who are in power are using it as a cover now, they are not holding them. The process, they've hijacked the process of so-called democracy, and it is serving their purposes. It is not serving the people. They cover their tracks when they loot the funds from the citizens they are meant to serve. They are literally covering their tracks. And that is not acceptable. That is very, very wrong. These are the kind of things that we keep saying and we keep highlighting to expose the flaws, the deep flaws of democracy. Democracy is not meant to be operating in Africa. I'm sorry. It is not meant for Africa. And until we speak about this, until we speak about it honestly and call it out, nothing will change. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. It is very important that we speak this truth to power, because the sheer injustice of what's going on, it's incredible. It is just, words fail me. I don't understand how that is something that you can that is done. I don't understand it. That you can you as a politician, you campaign on the basis that you are going to serve the people. You campaign on the basis that you are going to serve your people. You are going to provide them water, light, schools, bridges, healthcare, safety, security. You go on that campaign. And the minute you come into that office, the first thing that you do is to start lining your pocket with the money meant to fix the roads, the money meant to fix the schools, the money meant to provide water, the money meant to provide hospitals, the money meant to provide safety and security, to line your pocket with it. You buy yourself flash cars, you buy yourself big homes, and the people who you are meant to serve, you forget them. You give them peanuts. You open uh, 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 little, shoddy, shockingly bad projects where you barely spent a decent amount of money, and then you come and you now start saying to us, "Oh, you're a Democrat." You know, these are the realities of what we're talking about. Um, and I hope the people of Lagos State, what I'm hoping that the people of Lagos State should begin to hold this man accountable. They should call a town hall meeting. I would advocate, I'm strongly advocating that the people of Lagos State, all of the local government authorities in Lagos State, should call town hall meetings and demand that this man, Obasa, attend town hall meeting to explain to them why he saw it fit to drag the State House of Assembly into a state of disrepute by storming that hallowed chamber. He needs to explain it. He needs to explain why he has done that. And these are the kind of questions that we ask. We say this because we know in actual fact that this must be something that has to be done. You know, it has to be what? It has to be done. It this kind of thing cannot allow to just carry on. And the more we stay silent, and that is why I'm saying that the Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power, we come here to speak to you about the need for us to empower our grassroots to know their rights from the grassroots, because it is now clear that the grassroots don't know their rights, and if you don't know your rights, you are going to be exploited. State again, I stated categorically, Obasa must, whatever, even before he's re-elected, he must be made to face the courts, go into the courts to face the charge of storming the State House of Assembly with armed accomplices. That is an offense. I will come and read something to you in the books about that. That is an offense. And for him to be reinstated without so much as an explanation of why he did what he did, without not clearly facing any consequences, that diminishes that the fact that he's not facing consequences for his actions diminishes what he portends to tell us is democracy. What he's trying to tell us about the democracy that is now being restated as a state house of assembly. It diminishes it. And we cannot allow that to happen. And we need to exercise our powers as sovereigns to call town hall meetings. This is why I advocate for us to know all our rights in our local language. The people of Eko speak Yoruba, but they don't know what's going on. They just see them, oh, it's been restated, and nothing is being explained to them. And they're the same people that this Obasa will use to mobilize to support him in this sycophancy, this oppression of their own people, this impunity. They are the same people he will use. And I think that is very, very wrong. Notice I'm not abusing him. It's nothing to do with abusing anybody. We are saying that the system, all of the actions of politicians in Nigeria, politicians get away with their crime because we, the people, we have not been able to hold them accountable. We've not made them accountable for their actions. And to be able to do that, and the people don't know because they don't know their rights in their local language. That is why this platform is advocating strongly. And I've actually printed out documents. Like I said, I'm going to try and organize something next week. I'm hoping I can bring a hard copy. You will see it, on this platform. I've got 50 copies. I need to do more. We need to train our people in the local, from the grassroots up, to know their powers, to hold their government to account. That's what the aim is. I'm hoping that many people see that, and begin to really understand that, yes, we need to do this. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Yeah, apologies. I had to do, so a call came in, so I had to answer it. So I guess what I'm saying is that we need to confront the corruption in in the system, but it needs to start at the grassroots. I advocate that people know their rights in their local language. Please share this podcast. I'll come back later and talk more about it, and then I'll do another program where I might do another one. You see me talk about Ibrahim Traore. There is something new we've heard about Ibrahim Traore that I want to talk about. That's very, very exciting, and let's see how we can do that. It's very, very important. Africa is rising, we are waking, and we must take back control on our continent. For now, I thank you so much. You've been listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth by violation. Thank you, and bye for now. Bye for now.